Man, what a crazy day.
Crazy.
I was crazy once.
They locked me in a room.
A rubber room.
A rubber room with rats.
The rats made me crazy.
I'm a crazy rat.
Me
I
too.
lost my mind a long time ago.
Way back when.
Way back, way back in
Way,
1909.
way back in Miss Wilson's math class.
Oh no, I lost it long before then.
Me too, don't worry. I just lost it more.
Lost it more. How do you lose something that's already gone?
We had clues to where it went. Now it's just completely gone.
There was clues.
More clues! Clues!
Clues.
I
Oh
miss that
gosh.
TV show.
I don't really remember any of the episodes. I like vaguely remember them, but like not really. I haven't
No, I
watched.
remember
It's been
them.
a long time.
It was um Mr. Pepper, Mrs. Schultz. Oh, I forgot their kid's name.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't remember either of those characters. If I'm being honest. I
Those
remember like the
blue.
main ones. I don't remember them.
Uh,
So have you still not gone to sleep for the past 2 days?
yep,
Running on literally like negative 24 hours of sleep?
yep, and a bubbler.
I don't... See, that's the problem. The problem is that you're drinking caffeine. I think that's the problem here.
No, I
Energy
only
drinks
drink.
specifically.
I don't drink caffeine past 12.
You better not be drinking it past midnight.
No, like 12 in the afternoon.
Izzy at 11:59 just chugging them. I gotta go fast. I only have 1 minute.
I only have 1 minute, guys.
I gotta go fast. I gotta go now.
But to be fair, bubblers only have 69 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah,
That's, I mean, that's more than a can of soda, more than a cup of coffee, but not that
yeah,
bad.
but it's not that bad compared to like Monster, Rockstar, Red Bull,
Yeah, definitely not compared to, like, those all have over 250 milligrams.
the
Which,
Celsius.
theoretically, if somebody who doesn't drink caffeine, like, ever, if they drank 250 milligrams, like, in less than a second, it could kill them. Just going to reiterate that. At least based on research from 2012.
Do you remember our Celsius wall?
Oh my god, the person I... Do you remember how you... I do remember the Celsius wall. We'll get back to that. But do you remember how yesterday you were asking if I can see who's following us?
Yeah.
And then there was that one person that we decided we're just gonna call Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the chat right now. Hi, Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Hi, Chad. We were talking about you. Because we don't want to say your
What
full
up,
name
Chad?
because we find it mildly weird. But hi, Chad. Welcome to the podcast. Anyways, yeah, I do remember the Celsius wall. We had a total of 23 cans.
Yeah, we gotta break that record next year.
We do. Should I show the podcast the photo?
Yeah, that's completely up to you, though.
No, I was asking you because you're in the photo. I don't care.
I don't care either.
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now then. I just need to find it. I have it saved in here because like I have a folder dedicated to it. This folder. The cans.
Shenanigans with Izzy. Pans.
The cans. Eh. It's like
All right, guys. I have a
super
big hear me
obscure.
out.
Okay, here. I'm gonna make it invisible while I rescale it because it is like super big.
All
Because it was taken
right,
with
while you're
your
doing that,
phone, which has like a really crazy resolution.
my bad. All right,
Image.
a
New.
crazy new hear me out.
What?
Dean Withers. Dean Withers.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's amazing.
I mean, better be if that's your hero you
Only
care
problem.
about.
The only problem is he's a blonde and blue eyes.
I don't see what the problem is, but okay. Anyways, the photo's on the screen now. That was at the esports
Henderson.
competition on March 2nd. We collected cans.
Yes.
I doubt
We also
anybody
had
from
Dr.
that
Pepper.
What? Oh, the Dr. Pepper?
We also had Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's part of the 23 cans. We included that in the final count. But yeah, I doubt
You.
anybody from that competition is watching. But if they are, like, they
No.
probably remember us because we literally asked like everybody there, everybody. And there
Yeah.
towards the end, there was literally people walking up to me. I don't know if you saw it, but people were walking up to me like, "Hey, we got cans." It was
We
pretty
got
crazy
cans.
towards the end. Like I was starting to get recognized for it. It was really funny. Next year we should go up.
Yeah.
We should go up. We should ask Jake if we can go up on stage and just like, "Hey, if you have empty cans, we want the empty
No, we
cans.
should just have a sign. We should have a sign on our table that's like, we will take empty Celsius
We will take
cans.
all empty cans that you have. They will
We
be
will
recycled.
graciously they will be recycled.
They will be
We
recycled.
promise.
Okay, Izzy. Chad asked us a question. He asked, "How was y'all's Easter?" Um, Mine was really boring. I did homework,
Same.
like lots of homework for A push.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I think I did. I think I did 12 pages of my workbook on Sunday. I think I did 12 and I did 9 today. I turned it in. Exhausting. But
Nice.
now I'm done with the workbook for like 2 weeks before he's gonna assign another one next week. But then I probably won't even start it for another week. And then it'll be due the week
Mm.
after that. The infinite cycle. It's tragic.
Well, I did algebra. That made me want a KMS.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That was your whole Easter.
Yep,
Yep.
that's my whole Easter.
All right. Right on.
War flashbacks to Wilson.
Bro. When the current the main thing that's triggering around like PTSD right now is I put quotes around it because it's not really that serious. It's not comparable to like World War veterans. Not comparable. I am not trying to compare myself to that. But like the current triggering thing in my life right now is every single time in Minecraft I start mining obsidian, I get flashbacks to the realm that I was hosting in like December, late December, early January, and where I mined
Mm-hmm.
literally like a couple thousand obsidian and I built a giant wall. I get flashbacks to that. I'm not even kidding. Like, I counted it. I was mining obsidian for 50 hours. That was like with
That's insane.
a bunch of like buffs and stuff. Uh, mined a lot of obsidian, which is why in the current realm that everybody's on, which you still never gave me your Minecraft Java username, so you should send me that sometime so I
My
can add you
bad.
to the realm. But currently, I'm
Well,
over 500,000 blocks from spawn because I don't want to have to build an obsidian wall. Never again.
never
Did it
again.
once, never again. It probably didn't help that I tried doing. It was like the wall if you took all four of its sides and then like put it in a straight line, a couple hundred blocks long, and then I wanted to make it like 50 blocks deep. So that was probably part of the
Mm-hmm.
problem. And then I also needed a bunch of obsidian for a prison that I made. It was a very good prison. Very good. The person never broke out. Although that being said, I think they just gave up at some point. They would have been able to break
The
out
only
if they
thing I
wanted
can
to.
relate the only thing I can relate to that is on one of my games, I spent, kid you not, a little over 30 hours straight, no sleep, no nothing, just fighting bosses,
Yes,
just to build my characters.
I can relate to that. There was I don't really play Roblox that much anymore, but like early last summer, I played this game called The Labyrinth, very small community. It used to be way larger, like way larger. They even had like their own toys that were being like made in factories and stuff. But
Mhm.
I was playing that, and I was just like, there was multiple days where it's like I sleep for like 4 hours, wake up, start grinding like dungeons and bosses, go to sleep, sleep 4 hours, then wake up, start grinding dungeons and bosses, and it was just over and over and over and over.
I'm pretty sure during that 30-hour period, I fought the same boss, kid you not, over 50 times.
Yeah, sounds about right. When I was doing dungeons, I think I did the dungeons like a couple hundred times. Did a lot of dungeons. I got very fast at it. I could do them in under 2 minutes by myself, no help.
Yeah,
Actually, I think at towards the end I've
some
been
of the
able to do
bosses.
them in like 40 seconds, which is pretty insane.
Yeah. Um, Chad DM'd me. He's like, in complete honesty, y'all's podcast is more interesting than 90% of Twitch.
Let's go! Let's go, Chad.
Yes.
I don't know why he didn't put that in the full chat, but we'll take
Chad.
it. Let's go, Chad.
Yes.
We haven't even started doing the fun
Let's
stuff
go.
yet. We haven't even gotten to Q&A. The Q&A is the fun part. We do
No,
that at the end.
we haven't even gotten past parachute time.
No, we haven't. I mean, you could kind of call this
We
drama
haven't
llama,
even
but not
started
really.
parachute.
Speaking of drama llama, do you have any
Oh.
drama story going on at the school right now? Or just in your life in
Um,
general?
not that I can think of that I can at least share on the podcast, but
Side eye.
side eye. Um, we acknowledge though that Henry was finally there for the whole
Oh my
time.
god, he was finally there for the whole Marvel Rivals match. Bro, I was
He was
popping
there.
off for that last round. I think I ended with like
Hmm.
11 kills, which is pretty insane because
Yeah.
I'm level 1. I don't play Marvel Rivals. For anybody
Hmm.
watching in the chat, I don't play Marvel Rivals. I only
Hmm.
joined our esports team for it because at the time we didn't have 6 people. And I was like, okay, I'll just join if we need one more person so that we can
Hmm.
have a team. Like, that's what I told our coach.
Yeah,
And I'm on
but
it,
he popped
and I've played every single week.
up.
We have 7 people
Say,
now, played every week.
um, I don't. I really hate. I really hated the last 2 weeks, honestly,
I don't
because it
like
is
Marvel
spawn.
Rivals. Not a fan.
No, because
It's
it's so easy to spawn
it
camp.
was fun when I was on that very, very last round until we switched
Yeah,
sides.
yeah,
Until we switched sides.
but
But before we switched sides, like it was starting to be kind of fun. I was locked
yeah,
in.
yeah, I was definitely lucky in that last one. But like, I hate when they spawn camp
Yeah.
because all you can really do is like get a sniper or something and then just shoot them from there, and it gets
I'm
nothing.
main sniper. I was getting really close to having even more kills than I did, but then they would have their healer, so that they one of them would fall back like right before I kill him, and then just get fully healed while they're like their tank just takes all the damage, and then they would rotate back in, and then the healer would start healing their tank. I mean, like it's a good strategy, but like, oh my god, it was
I
miserable.
think we need a strat. We lack in strategy.
Yeah, I wish I won't say his name. We'll call him Eli. I wish
Alright.
he didn't crash out as much.
Yeah.
He was low key kind of crashing out, like every single round. I mean, like, yeah, you have the right to be mad, like we're losing, but like, eh, it makes it hard to enjoy it. Like it's already hard enough to enjoy it when you're losing, but
Hmm.
it's even more difficult when you just have somebody on the team like complaining constantly, like
Yeah.
unnecessary, you know.
Yeah. And he was yelling at his family too, which was kind of.
That was Yeah, that was also kind of weird. I was like, we get it, but at the same time, like some of the times they weren't even like talking; they were in the room existing, and it's like, okay,
Yeah,
bro, like you can calm down a little bit.
just a little bit.
Like you don't. It's unnecessary at a certain point. All right.
Yeah.
I don't really have any drama either at the moment. The only drama
Mhm.
is that the timer is less than 24 hours. No plan on elaborating
Still
further.
haven't told me what that timer is
Yeah,
for.
I don't plan on elaborating further. I'll elaborate on it in the future after it ended. Maybe. Depends how it goes. Might not want to talk about it tomorrow, like after it's over. But like give it a couple
Mhm.
days and then probably talk about it then. But yeah, I don't plan on elaborating on it for now. About as far as it goes. Don't really have any other drama though. Um, yeah, I don't think so. Getting closer to being
Mm.
able to go riding with Josiah. That's not really that much.
Josiah counter.
That's not. God damn! Are you gonna have me add it like every single time I just say his name?
Yup.
Okay. That's 7. There we go. It's up now.
I'll say
Okay.
anyone's name.
Just saying his name gets the counter up.
You know what? We're gonna have to start having. We're gonna have to have a funeral for Bird soon. Like Bird is non-existent anymore.
Bro, she isn't even responding to my messages. She
Yeah, I
she
tried to
she
call her.
stopped opening them too. She's not even opening them anymore. She opened the one I sent her after school, and then after that, she's not even opening them anymore. She's just ignoring them completely. Like, oh, okay, I see how it is.
Like you were on board with this idea too.
Bro, I hopped on the idea immediately.
Yeah, you were like, wait, hold on.
Immediately. I mean, like, what can I say, bro? Like,
It was like you were like, oh my god, I've been waiting for this question my whole life.
I'm an ambitious person. That's all I have to say. Like, if people want to do stuff like that with me, like, yeah, let's do it. Like, what are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for? Tuesday?
We ain't got time to wait until Tuesday.
We don't got time.
I was gonna try and figure out how to upload to Twitch stories, but I don't think we have access to them yet.
Mm.
I don't think we do. I was gonna upload that like that advertisement sheet that I sent you. I was gonna try and upload that to it, but I don't think we have access to Twitch stories yet.
You could do that as our like offline thing.
I don't know how to change that actually.
Mm.
I have to check.
I don't know either. So it's a thing.
Oh, social links. I should probably add our YouTube to this, huh?
Yeah.
Link title. YouTube.
YouTube.
That is not how you spell YouTube. It was just YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay, we'll add that one for now and we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, so is that it for that segment? I don't think we have anything else to say.
Yep.
Alright,
Mm-hmm.
crazy meter it is. A little bit ahead of schedule. We're at 18 minutes. A little bit ahead of schedule, 7 minutes, but that's fine.
It's
Um,
fine.
which one do we
We're
want to
supposed to be chaotic.
do? Yep.
Great.
Okay, this one. Boom. We're doing this Reddit story. Very last slide. You don't even have it open.
Alright.
Unbelievable.
Nope. My bad, Pam, my bad.
Are you gonna open it or should I just start reading?
You can just read it.
Okay. Ahem. My husband and I have been married for over 10 years and rarely ever spend time together outside of parenting our 3 kids, maybe 5 dates in the past 10 years. If that. My parents are estranged. His dad works a ton and his mom prefers not to babysit much for whatever reason. She doesn't work, but she keeps busy with crafting and socializing and appointments. We have celebrated very few anniversaries, and this year I asked if he could ask his mother-in-law to babysit so we could have a lunch or dinner date. I WFH, and he cares for our youngest, who will be starting pre-K in the fall. So it should have been a lunch date while she watched over our 3-year-old, or the unlikely dinner date where she would watch all three kids. My husband explained she would be busy all week packing and planning for an upcoming trip, 4-hour drive away. Disappointing, but no surprise, I didn't block my work calendar. Fast forward to our anniversary morning, and he let me know he and our youngest have made plans to go pick strawberries with his mom at lunch, and would I like to go. My calendar was full of meetings because I thought there had been no chance for us to go grab lunch. Also thought his mom was way too busy to spend time with her family that day, which is why he refused to ask her to take an hour of time for us to share a rare meal, just the two of us. I cried and yelled at him for planning a date with his mom instead of his wife on our anniversary. And then I had to juggle work and parenting while he showered and got ready. I was furious and honestly it ruined my day. Today, he maintains he did nothing wrong and that I acted insane just because he wanted to spend time with his mom, whom he saw just the night before our anniversary, by the way. What do you think? Am I overreacting, or is it hurtful to not have wanted to make plans with me, not being worth asking a favor, saying he wouldn't ask because she is much too busy, and then making plans with her on her busy day? Um, it seems like the mother-in-law is just like doesn't want to babysit, but doesn't want to say it out loud, and they just only want to spend time with her son and not his wife, which is a
Yeah.
little odd because, after they get married, that's kind of like that's their life now, and that's gonna be how it is. So I find it kind of weird that they wouldn't want to spend time, like, she wouldn't want to spend time with her son's wife and family.
Hmm.
I guess, I mean, she did want to spend time with the kids, just not babysitting them, and then didn't want to. Doesn't seem like she wants to spend time with the mom because it just got completely like skipped past her until the day that it was happening.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a mama boy situation. Gonna be completely honest. Because, like, he's your husband. He should, like, at least consider your feelings. And especially if it's an anniversary, that is one day out of the year.
Hmm.
Like, and you would rather spend it with your mom than your own wife. That is the day to celebrate you too. Like,
Yeah, I mean, oh, what was I gonna say? Momentarily forgot what I was gonna say. You only have like so many anniversaries. I feel like it's not that hard to just like get a babysitter. Like even
mm-hmm.
if your own mom can't do it, like you can just hire like a 16-year-old or something to babysit your kids for like, I don't know, like $15 an hour, maybe $20 an hour. I don't think it would be that hard to find one because that is like definitely that's still a thing these days, right? I know it used to be a thing like a couple of years ago. I assume it's still a thing in most areas of, at least in America. I guess I don't know what culture is like in other countries, but
um, I mean, like, you could have, but then also money could have been tight, and like they wanted to ask a family member,
I
and
mean,
like,
yeah, but money is never mentioned in this entire thing. They never mention money. So I assume they're
no,
living relatively comfortably. Like they still have to work, obviously, but like they don't need to live paycheck to paycheck. Like they're living
yeah,
relatively comfortably. That's just what it sounds like to me. I do agree with what you said though, how it seems kind of like a mama boy situation.
yeah. She didn't have to act the way she did, though. She didn't have to like yell at him and stuff like that. I think that's overreacting a tad bit,
Had bit.
like a tad bit.
Yeah. Seems like it's another one of those common scenarios where they only want to spend time with the people who they're actually blood related to and not
Yeah.
anybody else. Because it seems like the mother-in-law wants to hang out with her son and her grandkids, but not the wife, which I still find really weird because like that person is a part of your life now. Feel like you shouldn't avoid that, but whatever. You do you.
Yeah, and like you could hang out with him any other day. This is
Yeah,
him and his.
any other day. I feel like the mother-in-law probably did that on purpose
Yeah.
because like I don't know how people forget anniversaries in my opinion. I don't see myself ever having that problem in any relationship, but like that's an important day. Like it's the day that you got married. Like that's not. I feel like it's not that hard to forget. Like if you're even relatively involved in your kid's life, you should probably know their anniversary. So I
Yeah.
feel like she did that on purpose. Especially she was even told before time, like, "Hey, can
Yeah.
you babysit our kids just so we can actually enjoy our anniversary together?" And it's like, "Oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
busy." And then all of a sudden like, "Oh, I'm not, like let's go pick some strawberries." Like seems intentional to me.
Yeah, definitely. And like how are you it's still like it confuses me. Like for me personally, like I write down every important date, like
Hmm.
the day we start dating, or like the day that we went to do this date, or whatever, to just like remember those dates and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of something that I do with my diary. I don't do it with my Google Calendar necessarily. If it's like a set event, then I will, like birthdays and stuff. So I don't know if I'd have one for, actually I probably would. For when if I start dating somebody, I probably would have that written on my calendar actually, just to make sure that I
I
don't
mean, like
forget.
if I were to start dating someone, I'd have a calendar, like, and especially like if I like fully commit, like I see a future with you, I see a
Hmm.
wedding in the future. I am writing that date down
Yeah.
because you're celebrating like 6 months, a year, 2 years, so on, so
Hmm.
forth, and I don't get how
Yeah.
I just don't.
There is one more paragraph that the
Oh,
operator said. It doesn't seem like an edit might be there, but I don't know. Honestly, it isn't lost on me that this is just a day in a loveless marriage. We both love our kids so much, and it's been so important to me for our kids to have parents who love and support them, are present for them, and who stay together. I love the dad he is, but it's the loneliest romantic relationship I've ever had for over a decade. Sometimes I mourn the feeling of being cherished, of someone enjoying my company or cheering me on, of not being frustrated and annoyed every time I speak. So a lot of that spewed out after I had heard about the strawberries, and yeah, maybe I overreacted, but I just want to feel like a person who matters to my partner, whom I have to interact with and compromise with every single day. I honestly don't feel like she's asking for that much.
yeah,
I mean, like once you get married to somebody, you shouldn't just stop giving them attention. Like that's kind of a weird thing to do in my opinion.
like I think she, from what I understood, is that they were gonna get divorced over this.
It seems like they might. There's no like update or anything saying whether or not they did. This was 13 days ago.
Okay.
They're probably still together as of the moment because there's no update. I mean, I guess I can check
Yeah.
out the person who did it. Um, their most recent post, completely on Reddit, um, is just them saying that counseling is the next step. So it seems like they're getting couples counseling at the moment.
Okay.
I don't feel like she's asking that much.
I
Do you have
don't I don't feel like either.
anything else to say about this, or should we give it a rating?
I think we should rate it.
Okay. For one, as always, one is them not overreacting at all, completely reasonable, and 10 is extremely overreacting. I would say it's like a 4. It's not as bad as some of the other ones we've read so far, but like definitely not overreacting. But maybe probably not something to get divorced over, in my opinion, because it does
Yeah.
seem partially the mother-in-law's fault, not her husband's fault. So I don't think it's something to get divorced over, and they're in couples counseling, so hopefully they're fine. But I don't think it's something to get divorced over, but definitely something to talk to the mother-in-law about. So I'm gonna say a 4.
Um, if we're just rating it based off of her reaction to it all, I would say a 5. Because
5.
like you didn't have to yell at him. You didn't have to like threaten with divorce potentially and like all of that.
I don't
Like you
remember
could
her
have talked it
saying
out
that stuff.
in a more mature way, definitely. And like again, communication, a respectful way of communicating is the key to a long and healthy relationship. Which it kind of sounds like they don't have that.
Yeah, seems like they don't. I do think that the mother-in-law is most of the problem, though, in my opinion, because
Yeah,
uh,
I see where you're
it
saying
seems
that.
like she's the main interference, but definitely is part of the husband's fault. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at a 4 for me.
All right.
Yep.
Yippity da, yippity doo, lippy dotty doo da.
Is it what time I think it is? It's Q&A
That's
time.
my favorite time.
Yes. All right. Fun time. This is where we get all the fun stuff showing up. We're past the
Yeah.
relatively boring part. The first question. What will never cease to make you smile? All right. Add to the counter. Josiah. Add to the counter.
Josiah.
We're at 8.
What never ceases to make me smile? Probably you and Bird. Honestly, like every time I'm around you guys, like it's just a fun time.
That's fair. That could be a secondary answer for me. That could be a secondary one. Obviously, my crush is also an answer. I don't think there's been a single time, actually, where I've been around her and I wasn't smiling. Like, not a single time. So I guess that could be an answer for me as well. Next question.
Valid.
What person in your life would you most want to be stuck in an elevator with for 24 hours? I'm gonna say probably you and Bird because we'd be able to, like, I guess, like, gossip about people at our school. I'm not really a gossip person, so it's kind of a weird word, but I can't think of another word to use. Like, obviously, you would think that I would say, like, Josiah or Eliana, or my crush, but, eh,
He
eh.
let it slip.
I did let it slip, but it doesn't matter. I didn't say the full name, but you probably know who it is now. Doesn't matter. We can talk after the stream about that. But,
Wait, hold on. I need to write that down. Give me a
god
sec.
damn it.
I need to write that down.
God damn it, dude. That's so good in
That's going in
clips.
the notes app.
Chat, is it
Hold up.
over? uh... Okay, well, while we're on the topic, just throwing that out there, do you want to know how many times her name has been mentioned in my diary?
Yes.
219 times by name. In
Wild.
actually exactly a month now. In exactly a month, she's been mentioned 219 times. Uh, that's gonna make an awkward conversation later. We can talk after the stream. Yeah, so you think I would say one of those two, but not really. Because if I was stuck in an elevator with my crush, it would probably get awkward after a while because we're not in a
Hmm.
relationship right now. So it'd probably get awkward after a while. I mean, eventually we'd run out of stuff to talk about. Same thing with Josiah. Like, we'd run out of stuff to talk about eventually. But if I was stuck in there with you and Bird, we would probably have stuff to talk about for a lot longer. So it'd make the 24 hours less boring.
Yeah, and definitely like if you have two different people, then like also like that just gives you more stuff to talk about. I don't know. More the
Yeah,
merrier.
yeah, more the merrier.
Um,
Next question. What is
I didn't
something
even
you wish
answer.
people cared less about? And how do you think the world would be better if people cared less about it? Um,
Politics.
See, I think I'm actually gonna go with height
Height?
because hold on. I'll get back to this. Chad is in chat.
Is it because
Sorry
you're
for
a
not
little short?
talking
A
much.
little
I
short.
stuffed a chocolate bunny with chocolate covered raisin and am currently enjoying it a lot right now. You do you, Chad. You do you. Stuffed a
You're
chocolate
doing
bunny with
you,
chocolate covered raisins. You do you. Anyways, I
bro.
think
It's like part of the part of this podcast now.
hey, we have 6 followers, okay? If anybody is talking in chat, we're calling them out by name.
Yes,
That's just how it is.
OG followers.
Get your friends in here. First 100 honestly, we'll probably honestly keep on doing that until we have like consistently like 50 people in the chat like at a time.
Yeah.
Because like until then, like you can pretty easily handle it. Eventually we would have to do it. We're like we only read subs only, like only if you're like subscribed on Twitch, which means paying like I think it's like $7 a month or something. You don't
Uh,
get to control it. Twitch has like a preset price. You don't get to control it.
uh,
But I don't know, it's like either $6 or $7 without tax, something like that. That doesn't matter. Anyways, so I think like height, because in the past couple of years, like I'm sure you've noticed on like social media, like a lot of girls are saying
mhm.
only if they're more than 6 feet, and it's just kind of like
No,
it's just kind of weird to me. Like
that's unrealistic.
that's
Like,
like girls are always like not wanting to talk about their weight, but then all of a sudden a guy's height matters. And
yeah,
it's like the height you can't control. I'm gonna be honest, you can control your weight. Like if you really try, you can control it. Whether you're making yourself heavier or
yeah,
lighter, you can control it. You can't control your height. I mean, I guess you
no,
could
that's
technically do a surgery to make yourself shorter or taller, but it's
and all it
extremely
is just
expensive and it's like why? Like it's extremely expensive
mm,
for like a really really small difference.
yeah.
So,
I
I don't know. I think the world would be better without it. I don't think it's really a relevant thing when you're trying to get in a relationship.
yeah, like why is height even gonna matter? Like,
I don't know.
so
I don't even
what if
get
the girl is
a lot of the
fine?
people who say that they want to date 76 foot. They're like also like 4'6", and it's like, how does that work? So like, because if you have somebody like here, like
Yeah,
perspectively, obviously this is not like 4'6". I
yeah.
don't like I'm not gonna stand up and stuff for this. But then if you have somebody that's like here, and then somebody that's here, like this is the
Mm-hmm.
top of one head, this is the bottom of the other. Like how are you guys gonna kiss? I don't understand.
Yeah, like
Like
the taller
how does
person's
that
gonna have
work?
back problems.
Yeah, they're gonna have scoliosis like a month into the relationship. Like I don't see how that works. I feel like you don't want like probably more than a foot difference, like more than a foot.
Yeah,
I feel like
like a
this is
foot,
like
around a foot.
probably like the most difference you would want. I feel like
Yeah,
after that, like the taller person is just getting screwed over at a certain
unnecessary.
point. I mean, like if you guys are happy, you're happy. I'm not gonna pick on that. If you're
Hmm.
happy, you're happy. If there's a 3 foot difference and you're happy, have at it, dude. I am not going to complain about it. But I think the
Oh
world
my
should
god.
care less about it. What's your answer?
Um, for me, probably like trends. Just
Mm.
like just trends in general.
Also, I totally realized that after I asked, you already said politics earlier. So now you get
Yeah,
now you get 2 answers: politics and trends.
yeah. But now that I think about it, it's trends definitely.
Yeah, elaborate on that
Cause
actually.
trends.
Yeah.
I think it's because like trends bring in like they can cause depression, eating disorders. They can cause friendships to end. They can cause trouble with law enforcement, like we saw a couple years ago with the devious lick or whatever it was when people were stealing stuff.
Chicken jockey.
And like obviously people destroying property. Um, it's
Chicken
just
jockey.
I get how some of it could be fun, like the chicken jockey thing, but then you also have to think about how it's impacting others and
I feel
yourself in the
so
long
bad for
run.
the people working at theaters, bro.
Me too.
Okay, the one in St. Croix is not that bad actually. They had no signs up about the movie, the Minecraft movie, like none. They didn't have a single sign up. Like they did not. They were clearly not worried about it. Which honestly, it's not really a huge town. Like it's one of those towns that people kind of just like drive through.
Yeah,
Like it's not really a big
and
tourist area, so
yeah, and the theater's not really that good either. Like, I'd rather go to the one in White Bear than the
I
one in
bet
St. Croix.
I bet the White Bear one might be like more chaotic. I almost kind of wish we went there, but the esports team, like people were voting for St. Croix, so I was like, okay, we're going to St. Croix. That's what votes are
Yeah,
for.
I
But
it's also
yeah,
cheaper there. So
I bet I bet it was way worse. I bet it is still way worse, and like I bet it's mainly California and Florida. It's probably mostly those
yeah,
areas.
probably
Maybe
so.
like
Or
Houston and Dallas, Texas, as well. Those
New
are two
York,
pretty.
probably.
See, I was kind of thinking New York, but I don't think so. I think New York is just there's too many serious people where it's like, okay, I go to work, I go
That's so
home, I go to
true
work, I go home, I
though.
go to work, I go home, I go to work, I go home. So like, I don't think it actually would be a problem because like at my first thought was like, yeah, New York, but then I was like, well,
Upstate New York, though.
upstate maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just slips my mind that New York is both a state and a city. Like I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I understand geography. I know all of our states. But whenever somebody says New York, I always just go straight to New York City, not New York State.
Yeah, reasonable.
Yeah. Nobody really talks about everywhere else in New York. Just New York City.
There's New York City.
That's about it. There's rarely other stuff that people talk about from New York. Just saying. Occasionally you might get some other topics, but not really. At least I don't hear about many other topics from there. Not many.
No,
Anyways, next question. What's the quickest way to get you angry? What color is this? I swear to God, bro, I'm calling him out again. Like I am this close to beating up James at the lunch table, bro. This
Me
close.
too.
This
I was
close.
ready to do it today.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even notice that until you told me in the hallway after lunch. I didn't even like notice that because like you didn't seem that mad about it when he brought up. I'm not gonna bring up that topic on podcast because yeah, let's not get him
Yeah.
involved, the other guy involved. But like you didn't seem that mad about it when he was talking about it at the table. So I was a
Hmm.
little like, oh, I didn't know you were that mad about it.
I told Robert about it. I was pissed
Oh,
about it in
oh yeah, cause
astronomy. Me,
yeah, cause you have
Robert, and Peter have it.
astrology. Yeah.
Yeah. We have it in
Wait,
astronomy,
how
and like I was
Peter's
talking
in
to
there
Robert.
too? Who else? You got all three of you in there?
Yeah,
Huh. I didn't know Peter was in there.
yeah. But I was telling Robert about it, and Robert did not care whatsoever.
I mean, I don't think Robert really knows the person that we're like this entire thing is kind
No,
of
he
revolving around.
does.
He does? Huh. He's on my
Yeah,
bus. That's what all I know about him. And also that he's your friend. That's it. I don't know
yeah.
anything else about him.
I don't know. I'm very protective of my friends, and when someone talks trash about it, I'm ready to throw hands.
Yeah, same here.
I'll
He's not my friend
gladly
though,
go.
so not exactly my
Yeah,
problem. But like,
but
bro, if somebody starts bullying Josiah, bro, like, nah, I'm switching schools. I'm switching schools.
Josiah
I'm
Counter,
throwing hands.
you're gonna
Pulling
get
up to
kicked
the
out of
middle
North
school.
Grand
All
Street.
right, Josiah, point at him. Where he at? I'm throwing some hands. And then and honestly, like any of my other like close friends, like I'd throw hands over if somebody started bullying them, honestly. Even if it was like
Yeah,
light bullying, it's like, nah, it's over, bro.
it's
You
done.
can
You're
bully me
done.
if you want. I don't care. But they might. So,
But they might. You hurt my friend. You hurt me. I'm gonna take that personal.
anyways, what's the quickest way to get you angry?
Um, trash talking my parents because I've had people be like, "Oh, you're blah 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 is raising you wrong," or blah 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 blah. Your parents were never part of your life. Okay, but they're still my parents. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, they're still my parents.
I
They're
don't
family.
know.
They're blood.
I don't know how protective I get over that. That one probably depends a bit more for me. Kind of depends how they're trash talking them, I guess. I don't know. That one kind of swing back and forth for me, I guess.
Like, if they said, "Oh, your mom is like a little mean," like I don't understand that. But
Yeah.
if you're like telling them that they're raising me wrong or something, like, nah, not gonna fly. Am I the one vaping? No. Am I the high school dropout? No. So clearly they did something right.
All right then. Next question. What is the most embarrassing thing you have done? Honestly, probably a couple minutes ago. That's up there for sure. Um, I don't know, probably like falling on my face or something at some point in time. That had to have happened at some point.
Oh, mine was getting a concussion skiing on uh the what is it called? It's not Easy Rider. The other one at
Wind
Wild.
Rabbit?
No.
I don't know. I didn't go skiing or snowboarding this year. I don't remember their names that well. Quarter Rabbit?
Isn't it like a Northern Trail? No, Quarter Rabbit's the one with all the jumps.
Yeah, but they're not really that much jumps though. They're kind of just bumps.
Yeah, that's true.
You can avoid them very easily.
I think we need a half pipe, honestly.
What a good
Don't
idea. The day after they introduced the half pipe, we just see like seven people aren't at school. Then like a week later, those seven people finally come back. They have like a cast around their neck.
No, honestly, I want that though.
Really? I don't think
Yeah,
I'd use it.
I would.
All right,
But
next question. What would be your 7 minutes? When you die, they say you reply seven. Oh, replay seven of
yeah,
your. You misspelt it when you're typing this one.
my bad.
57 minutes of
Autocorrect.
your happiest memories. Um, Probably some of my older birthday parties. You know, the OG friend group.
Yep.
Um, Definitely a lot of esports memories. like both times that we went to state so far. Definitely the robotics competition.
Mm.
Um, Probably some of the conversations I've had with my crush. Josiah.
Yeah.
Probably have a couple with him. Um, yeah, probably be a combination of a bunch of that stuff.
Um, I think mine would be robotics, the tournament. Definitely.
Just that, just 7 minutes compiled of all of that. Nothing else.
No, there'd be more. Definitely state this year for esports. That was fun. Uh, and then probably the podcast.
That's fair. We've had some pretty funny moments so far.
Hmm.
Some pretty funny ones. All right.
Remember Vince.
Next question. If you only had 24 hours to live, who would you spend it with? Josiah, my crush. Definitely those two people for sure.
um,
I should probably just those two people. That'd probably get me the best bang for my buck, I guess.
yeah. Um, Mine would either be my siblings or my crush, or there's three options. My dog.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Next question. What's a lesson you learned the hard way? What's a good one I can think of right now? Because there's definitely been time, like multiple in my lifetime, but I can't think of any. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll think of one. Do you have one?
Um, Probably just like choosing my friends because I've had friend groups where it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely learned that.
that's actually a very good one. I've had a couple of friendships where it's like, ooh, yeah, that should not have happened. So probably like, I don't know, being friends with the right people or something. Like, don't just be
Yeah.
friends with anybody.
Hmm.
That being said, I'm also trying to expand my my social circle right now, so maybe I'm not really learning from that much. Next question. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? The podcast.
The podcast.
The first day it was mentioned, I did so much stuff to set it up.
Yes. No, within the first hour, you were like,
Bro, I did all of that on my phone. I wasn't even at my computer. I was shopping with my mom and my sister, and I like saw that message, and we were in like a clothing store, so I wasn't really doing anything. I was just on my phone near the cart, and then I got that notification. I was like, okay, I'm like, let's start setting it up.
all right,
Spent
let's do it.
for like an hour on my phone, was just doing like emails, like Twitch, YouTube, like all that stuff. What about for you? Same thing, just podcast, or
Yep. Most spontaneous thing.
yep. Next question. Can you tell us about a failure that taught you something valuable? Isn't this the same thing as what's a lesson you learned the hard way?
I
Like
guess,
the
yeah.
same thing? We're skipping this one. That's like literally the exact same thing. Next question. What's a weird talent or party trick you have? My backpack. My backpack. The 45-pound backpack.
Yeah.
That's just what's in it. That's just what's in it right now. Actually, I guess right now it's probably only like 40 pounds because my computer's not in there. The charger is still in there though, because I don't take the charger out.
Yeah, because
Ooh,
this isn't your
hold on. Okay,
life.
once you answer this question, Chad has one for us.
Okay,
We
okay,
are
okay.
taking requests. Feel free to start
um,
typing it. We'll read it after Izzy answers this one.
my party trick is probably, believe it or not, I know how to do magic tricks with like cards and stuff.
Nice.
Second cards, yeah.
Yeah, mine's just my backpack. It's really funny because nobody knows. Like obviously in robotics and esports everybody knows. But outside of that, like nobody knows I have weights in my bag. So every single time, because I guess I just make it look so natural. I don't look like I'm carrying weights in my bag. So every single time it's like, oh yeah, sure, I can carry your backpack. Oh my God. All right. Chad's question. If you had to remove one thing from the world to make it better, what would it be and why? Mosquitoes, probably. I know I know
Mosquitoes.
that they are actually the prey for a lot of things, but everything that eats mosquitoes also eats other stuff. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna say mosquitoes. They're pretty annoying. I hate mosquitoes.
Um,
That or ticks. Probably ticks actually. Probably ticks. Because the annoying thing with ticks is that like they can stay on you for a while. So then if you don't check yourself for ticks after like going through a forest in the like spring or
mhm,
early summer, like you're just gonna start tracking a tick somewhere and or multiple even.
mhm.
So I'll switch my answers to ticks because at least like mosquitoes like they bite you and then you're done. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll go with ticks, not mosquitoes.
Um, billionaires. Bro, you don't need that much money.
I mean like they don't, but like oh my God, that would get rid of a surprising amount. Hold on, my camera is like super pixely right now. Okay. Um, okay, that's a interesting one. I wouldn't agree, just because if you got rid of every single billionaire that ever existed, oh man, dude, we would be like, we wouldn't even really have cars yet, dude. We'd be
I can
really
go
far back.
with
Like, we'd be really far back. We might even still be in the Stone Age, dude. Like,
it
if you just got rid of every single one that ever existed, maybe not the Stone Age, but like early Iron Age for sure. Like maybe mid Iron Age. That you're getting rid of a lot of people there.
all.
Chad said he would have said greed. That's a pretty good one, honestly. That's valid. Next question. If you could live in any fictional universe, where would it be? Probably the DC universe, I guess. I feel like there's always something going on in the DC universe, but nothing that's
Yeah.
like almost there has been some in the DC universe, but not as many where it's like world-ending scenario. But in
Hmm.
Marvel, there's been so many, and there's just nothing you can even do, like the Thanos snap. Like you're
Yeah.
existing one second, and the next you're just gone. Like your family could just be gone, like just like that, and there's nothing you can do about it. So the
Yeah.
Marvel one would kind of suck, but DC, I guess. I mean, like if you live in Star City, you might get superpowers. So I guess probably DC. You know, there's always Batman too. That's got to be pretty interesting, right? In the newspapers.
Yeah. Um, for me, I can't say mine on stream.
What?
I can't
What?
say it.
Probably some
I
like
can't say.
Japanese anime like manga or something. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's worse.
What do you mean it's worse?
It's
How does it
worse.
get worse?
It's
Oh,
it's a
Chad
book.
Chad asked what was the question. If you could live in any fictional universe, where would it be? That was the question. So my answer was DC universe. Izzy's answer was NA. She can't say it on stream apparently.
Yeah, I can't.
Questionable. And honestly, similar topic. What's your favorite movie? What's your comfort movie or TV show? I've rewatched The Flash, like the whole thing, all 9 seasons, like on Netflix, like the whole thing, like 5 or 6 times.
Mine's gonna be similar to that.
Although I've rewatched the first 3 seasons like 10 times because the first 3 seasons were way better than the other six. The fourth season was all right. Then it started kind of going downhill.
I'm gonna have to say Arrow.
The Arrow,
Yeah, the Arrow.
same universe as the Flash.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not the question anymore. Now it's comfort movie or TV show. Chad said for the universe, either Star Wars or Warhammer 40K, and for the show slash movie, Pacific Rim. I I swear I know what Pacific Rim is, but I need a little refresher. I know that I've like heard of it. Ah, this one. Yeah, I've watched this one. That was a good movie. I watched that. I watched it actually not that long ago. It would only been like 2 or 3 years ago was the last time that I watched. No, it would be like 1 or 2 years ago was the last time that I watched it. I also like um Rick and Morty is a pretty good TV show as well.
Yeah.
Next question. Do you believe in aliens or ghosts? Aliens? Yes. Ghosts? No. But yes to aliens because theoretically the universe is infinite. And if it is infinite, that means that it's literally impossible for there not to be another planet that is almost identical to Earth.
That is so true.
It might be an unforeseeable distance away. It could be a couple billion light years away, but it still exists. Because theoretically, if the universe is infinite, then,
Mhm.
well, yeah, it would be impossible for there not to be something like that.
I believe in both.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I've had some weird things happen to me, like paranormal related.
Honestly, I have two, but most of them had to do with computers. So,
Oh, mine are
probably just
not.
bad coding. Not like digitally. I'm saying like in the physical world, not in the computer world. But it had to do with computers, like mechanization kind of stuff. Chad asked if we've seen Willy's Wonderland. I looked it
No,
up. I have never seen this before.
no, I haven't. Never heard of it.
It looks like similar to kind of like FNAF almost. Older, older. Like came out before FNAF. 2021. Never mind. So this was like after the FNAF games. Willy's Wonderland, 2021 horror slash action movie. It's an hour 28 minutes long. 61% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
My movie must have sucked.
It is older than the FNAF movie, but it existed after the FNAF games. I haven't seen it. Although I have seen the main actor before. I don't know where, but I've seen him somewhere. Next question. If you won the lottery tomorrow, what's the first thing you do? Um, Boring, but literally just put it in like bank accounts and stuff. Start earning interest.
Sorry, what was the question? I don't know.
Hold on. The Chad said it's basically a rip-off FNAF movie, but instead of a weak security guard, it's Nicolas Cage kicking the animatronics' butts. Sounds like a good movie. Although it came out before the FNAF movie, so it's not really a rip-off FNAF. Well, I guess rip-off of the FNAF games, actually, never mind. The question was, if you won the lottery tomorrow, what's the first thing you'd do?
Invest.
Yep, that was my answer. I
Yeah.
don't really care too much for physical things. Like, I'm not really that materialistic. I mean, that being said, like, yeah, I spend money on like a computer, microphone, a camera, ring light. But like,
Hmm.
that's just because I need them to do this. I don't need them. I could just be doing what you and Bird do. Your Chromebook or your iPad, your phone. But I actually care about the quality of it. But like, I wouldn't go out and spend on like a Lamborghini or something like. No, I'm not really materialistic like that. So I'd probably just invest it later on, pay for college. Buy a house. Kind of depends how much it is, but if you invest it right, even just like $1 million would go a really long way if you invest it right. That being said, if you won $1 million, you'd only actually get like 700 grand after taxes. Next question.
Oh,
What's your
that's
go-to karaoke song? California
that's really
girls,
really
you're
great.
unforgettable.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah, is that
I
your
can't be
answer?
canceled yet.
Is that your answer as well?
Yeah.
Or okay. Next question. What's the worst haircut you've ever had? Okay. This was a long time ago. Like a really long time ago. And it has less to do with the haircut, but more so with the person who was cutting it. This was I don't remember exactly how long ago it was, but they were, cutting my hair with like scissors at this place, and
Mhm.
they cut my ear.
No, they didn't.
Yep. So then I had like a bandage on my left ear. And then they ended up cutting my right ear again, too. So they cut both my
What?
ears. Like
That's
obviously
crazy.
not like permanent damage or anything, but like yeah, it was bleeding.
It was bleeding.
Yeah. Less to do with the haircut and more so to do with the person who was cutting it.
Um, mine is probably mine right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay then. Next question. What's something everybody loves but you just don't get? Um, cities.
City.
They're loud. They're loud. I don't really get why you would want to like live in a city. I don't get it.
Oh, well, unlike you, I like cities. um, I think it's. I think it has to do with, at least in our school, it's very common. But vaping, like,
Oh, yeah, I can agree with that one.
I don't get the hype. Like some people glamorize it,
I
and
don't remember what it was. I think it was earlier this year. One of the stats for our school was 5 in 20 people in our school vape. Like, oh my God, it's bad.
that's crazy.
It's bad. Like that, if you simplify it, that's 1 in 4 people. Like, that's bad. That's like really bad.
That's like saying, so our table has like what, 8 people? That's
Yeah.
saying like,
I think it rotates a little bit. We have like 10.
yeah, but still, that's saying like two of them vape,
Yep. 2 or 3.
2 or 3. That's insane to think about.
The stats for our school are bad. I don't know who's all doing it, but there's like I don't know, some friend group is racking up the stats.
Someone's the rat. Someone's
There's
ratting
some
out their.
friend group of like 30 people or something, and they all vape.
They
And
all
also that
vape.
just to mention the 5 and 20, that's just the people who get caught, by the way.
Yeah.
They literally said that like in the fine print when they released that info. It was like 5 and 20 people have been caught vaping in our
So it
school.
could be worse.
It could be worse. Okay, it didn't let me. There we go. What's a
I could
hill you're
never.
willing to die on?
Ooh.
There's a couple here. Um, Trying to think of a good one. Mountain Dew sucks.
Facts. It's overrated.
It's so overrated. I don't get it. I can't drink Mountain Dew, bro. Like I prefer water. I'm being so serious. Like I'll take the water, bro. I'll pass. I'm also not really a huge Coca-Cola fan, but I can understand people liking Coca-Cola more than I can Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, it's like
Yeah.
why do you enjoy drinking this? The Coca-Cola one, I can like drink it and it's like, okay, acquired taste, I guess. I don't
Mm-hmm.
personally like Coca-Cola or Pepsi for that matter, but I can like understand how people like it. The Mountain Dew one is just like every single one. The Baja
Too sweet.
Blast is like all right, but it's like I don't understand it. Like, why would you voluntarily drink this over other beverages? Like, especially like Dr. Pepper. Like, it doesn't even come close to Dr. Pepper.
A hill I'm willing to die on is Raising Cane's is overrated.
I've never had it. I've wanted to have it, but every single time my family is like down south, which is where most of them are,
Mm-hmm.
we don't go to fast food.
Wow.
Yeah. I wanted to, like when we were in Texas for spring break 2 years ago, I think. 2 or 3 years. Yeah, 2 years ago.
I don't know. I
Um,
had it
I wanted
the
to go,
first
but
time last summer was not good.
yeah, I haven't had it yet. I'd like to try it at some point.
Yeah, it's good to try things.
Next question. Do you prefer sunrise or sunset? Sunset. I think that's
Sunset.
when the I think personally that's when the best moments happen. And I'm also just a night owl.
Yeah.
I'm a night owl.
I like it because like golden hour especially. And then also I just like the nights, the nighttime, the stars and everything.
Okay. I think we'll do one more page since we were a little short on the other sections of this podcast. We were
One more
a little
page
short.
turns into 5.
While we're at it, let's just do the next 20 pages. Oh my God, we actually have so many pages. We actually might have another 20 pages. Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23
Oh my god.
pages. 23 more. That's not including the 6 that we've already finished. Okay,
That's insane.
next question. Are you more of a beach or mountains? Mountains, I love beaches as well. But mountains, because for one, I like the cold. And then for two, I like snowboarding and skiing. I need to get better at snowboarding, and I really wanted to go
Mhm.
multiple times this winter, but I don't have my driver's license yet, so I couldn't go by myself.
Oh.
Yeah, next year I'll definitely go more. Definitely gonna do some snowmobiling next year as well. But yeah, definitely mountains more. And yeah, that's it. I like the cold. I like snowboarding, skiing. I like the vibes the mountains give off. But I don't mind going to the beach. Just not my
Yeah.
preferred.
Um, I would prefer mountains. I just like the scenery and everything. And plus, like, what is there much to see at a beach?
Yeah, beaches. I don't know. They're all kind of the same to me. I mean, obviously, like
Yeah.
there's some that are definitely different than others. Like the sand is higher quality, the water is clear. Like there's the bioluminescent like bay or whatever. Like yeah,
Yeah.
some are different. Like some stand out, and it's like yeah, I'd love to go see those. But I feel like all of the mountains stand out from each other more than all of the beaches. Like if you average it out, I feel like mountains are
Yeah,
more unique than beaches if you averaged all of them out. So,
definitely.
next question. If you had the power to cancel one thing forever, what would it be? Um, Skibbity toilet.
Oh my
Get that out of
god.
here.
I agree so much with that statement. I agree so much. That has ruined that has ruined me, man.
Ruined you?
Yes.
Oh, did you watch it?
No.
Oh,
But
okay.
I have little cousins in my house. They're like, "Oh my god, Skippy toilet, where's Ohio?" And I'm like, "What?"
Me
That's
aiming,
all.
me
Hey.
aiming the M9 at the back of my cousin's head. I'm sorry,
No,
little
for
one.
real.
I'm sorry. I can't let the corruption spread.
No.
It has to be done.
It's a sacrifice we have to make.
So is that your answer then, or
No, Twitter.
okay, Twitter? Okay, I could see that. Oh, you mean X?
Oh,
Actually,
thanks. Um,
um, I don't know. I wouldn't cancel that one forever, just because like you could go on Reddit and like like r/ non-political Twitter, and there's some pretty funny stuff actually, and it's just like literally just straight screenshots from Twitter. So like, there's some of it that's fine. I could see why you would want to cancel it, but I wouldn't personally choose that. Next question. What's a skill you're proud of? Um, I'm good at Minecraft.
I'm good
I'm
at
good at
Minecraft.
Minecraft, I guess.
I'm good
I
at
don't know.
Minecraft.
My workouts, I guess. I'm a capable human being who would be able to
Oh,
pull themselves over a ledge if I was hanging on the side of a building. Because for some reason, most of the people in our school can't do that. I'm bringing that up again. I brought it up last stream. I'm bringing it up again. It just baffles me how most people in our school can't do one pull up. Like, you've got to be kidding me. So apparently
you
that's
got
something that I should be proud of because not that many people in our school can do it.
yeah, that's definitely something to be proud of. Um, Either my ability to write decent poetry or um probably drawing.
Okay. Art is like a pretty good skill. There's some people in our school, I don't even know who they are, but like, every once in a while they put those tiny paintings on top of the one, like, string of lockers, the hallway
Yeah,
near our cafeteria. Some of those are like, oh my God. Like, who
yeah.
painted this? Who painted this?
Who
Like,
painted this?
like, some of them are actually insane, and it's like, you're telling me a high schooler did that? Like, what? Some of the
I
people
think
in our
arts
school, I don't even know who they are. Just some of the people in our school. It's like, oh my, you gotta be
like
kidding me.
there's so many different forms of art. There's like the performing arts like dance, music and all that. But then there's also like just like the painting and stuff like that. And it's so hard to master an art
Hmm. Just
like
any
some of
art,
these people do.
like just any
Just
art.
any art is hard to master
Yeah, and you also gotta think about
or
like
even be decent at.
it's even kind of a weird thing to generalize it by saying mastering it because you can't really master art. Like it's not really possible because it's gonna look different for every person depending on what the personality
Yeah.
is. Next question. What's
But
something you
like
could talk about? Oh, never mind. Are you still going?
no, it's fine.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Next question. What's something you could talk about for hours? Minecraft, the podcast, robotics.
um Softball. Definitely. Softball.
Okay. Next question. What's your dream travel destination? Berlin, Germany. Or coastal
Ooh,
Germany. I don't actually know the names of any cities that are on the coast, but definitely somewhere in Germany. I've seen pictures. I think it looks really nice. Food also looks really nice. I've had some of their foods, like in America, obviously, which is it's not authentic or anything, but like you can find the recipes online. Not quite
yeah.
the same, but still good food.
Mine would be Cologne because the Cologne Cathedral.
Where?
I believe it is in Germany. Cologne, Germany.
Okay, never heard of that.
Yeah.
And
So it's gorgeous. You need to look at a video of it. It is gorgeous and like photo of it.
oh, it is in Germany. Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures of this place.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Germany has a lot of castles, actually. Like a lot of castles.
This is a
They,
cathedral though.
yeah, this is a cathedral, not a castle. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of stuff about this cathedral as well. Isn't this the one that took them like literally, or is that might be a different one? There's a cathedral that took like literally like thousands of years to finish because of like wars and stuff. Is that this one?
Yeah.
Is that this
That's
one?
not Cologne.
Okay, I
I
didn't
don't think
think
it
so.
was this one.
This one looks a little bit different. So I didn't think so when I was looking at a different picture, but there's one like that. Similar architectural style to the one I'm thinking of, but not the same one. Next question. What's the last thing you binge watched? Um, I watched. My family got access to Hulu, so I watched all of Gravity Falls. Because I like haven't watched that in a while, so I was like, oh hey, they have Gravity Falls on here. You know what? I'll watch the whole 2 seasons. Why not?
There's a lot that happens in 2 seasons.
There is a lot that happens in the 2 seasons. Kind of wish that they made more.
Um,
There was some like There was some adult like scenes in that one that I did not realize when I watched it as a kid like a couple of years ago. And I did not notice them back then, and now it's like like what?
Back in my
Ain't no way you
day.
just said that. Like those kind of things. And it's like, how did I not notice that before?
But the same thing with SpongeBob, though.
I don't really watch SpongeBob, to be honest. I did at one
Oh,
point in time, but I don't know. It was never really a thing where I used to live, and it also just never was really a thing in my household even after we moved. So
uh,
I don't know. Like I'm familiar with it, but I don't know. Never was a big thing in my family.
sad. Um,
That was your answer, SpongeBob, or is
no.
okay? I was close.
Um, you on Netflix.
Okay, for a second I thought it was just me, and I was like, what?
Watching, yeah, I just love binge watching you. Like,
Like, wait,
I
what?
have a camera in your room. I'm watching you right now.
I mean, yeah, technically. Hold on, I'm looking up what this show is really quick, movie or show. Just gonna look up what it is really quick. No, no, mute. I don't want to get copyright. Mute that. Um, I think I might have seen. I think I've seen this somewhere before, but I didn't watch it. But uh, okay, fair enough. Next question: what's your favorite way to spend a weekend? Robotics.
Robotics.
There's
I
definitely
don't know.
other ways that I could think of spending it that might be better, but I haven't spent a weekend that way before, so I can't say for certain. So, robotics. Thinking? Are the cogs turning?
Probably a softball tournament weekend.
All right.
It's just, yeah.
Next question. If you had unlimited free time, how would you use it? Jumping off a bridge.
Real!
That's gonna be my answer every single time we get one of these questions. I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know if how long it's gonna take for my answer to change. Maybe if I eventually get in like a romantic relationship, then my answer would be different. For the time being, like yeah, if I have unlimited free time, that doesn't mean my friends have unlimited free time.
That's true.
I don't like spending a lot of time alone. I like spending time alone, but not a lot of time alone.
Um, Mine would be probably sleeping, because I would have nothing better to do.
That's not depressing at all. Just sleeping.
Just sleeping.
Next question. What's a song that instantly boosts your mood? Um,
California girls.
yeah, probably just California Girls. Very upbeat song, and we've had some funny memories with it, so kind of brings back those memories.
Yo.
Next question. What's something you're afraid to say out loud but wish people knew? Well, this one gets a little bit tricky for me. This one gets a little bit tricky for me because, like, I want people to know, but I also don't want people to know. It's tricky, especially since this stream. Like, it's gotten really tricky now. I wish people knew who I had feelings for. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's like I want people to know, but I don't want people to know at the same time. Uh,
Too bad. I know
uh,
now.
yeah, maybe. You only heard the first three letters. Okay? You only heard the first three letters. There's a couple of names that start with those three letters. So, we're talking after this. We're talking after this. We'll see if you know who it is or not, but
I think I know who it is.
what's your answer to the question anyways?
Honestly, I forgot the question.
What's something you're afraid to say out loud what people wish people knew?
um, uh, I think it's that how much I really truly struggle, like behind the scenes of everything.
Yeah, that's a big one for me as well. I don't think I'd want people to know, but at the same time, like if people did know how rough some of the times in my life would be, they would definitely treat me differently. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like I've had some surprisingly tough times in my life. And a lot of people at school seem to think that like my life is just perfect. You know,
Yeah,
I'm fit, I'm in esports robotics, like I have good grades, good GPA, friends. There's been some times where it's been pretty rough. I definitely would not be treated the same if people knew what goes on in behind the scenes.
yeah.
I would not be treated the same. Anyways,
Anyways,
I think that was a pretty crazy stream.
crazy.
That was crazy once.
They locked me in a room,
A rubber room.
a rubber room with Jason.
And I made us crazy. That was a good twist. Okay, get out of here, you random bot. We don't want your cheap viewers. We'll earn our viewers. Stupid bot came in here. Cheap viewers on streamblue.com. Get out. Get out. Honestly, should I just ban
What?
this bot? We'll probably never see him again
Yeah.
anyways. I'll ban the bot. Get out of here. And ban. Alright. They're
Yo.
gone. Oh, Kirby
Yo.
Yushiguro. Hello. We are actually just ending the stream. But if you follow us, you can tune in tomorrow.
Yup.
little
Hopefully tomorrow.
little sad that yeah, hopefully. I guess there's the 2% chance. But yeah, sorry you're tuning in at the end here. You can follow and come back tomorrow. The stream's like just gonna end, which means you're gonna get to rewatch it. When you rewatch it, you could honestly probably skip to like 40 minutes in, if I'm being completely honest with you. If you're going to rewatch this stream, we're glad you could pop in, but we're actually just wrapping it up here. If you're going to rewatch it, skip to like 40 minutes in, because that's about when we start doing Q&A, which is kind of the more fun stuff.
Yeah.
I was actually just gonna say though, like, Thanks for thanks to everybody who tuned in. We definitely got more viewers this time than we got
Yeah,
the last
more
one.
interaction.
Probably not as much. We got more interaction than the very first one, but that like our very first stream that got erased, we did have more views on that one probably. Probably. I mean, we'll
Yeah.
see once the stream summary is up. But definitely more
Mhm.
interaction this time than other times. My camera's okay. For a second there, it was a little choppy. But yeah, thanks everybody who tuned in, especially to Chad
Chad.
and and
Oh yeah,
Fushi.
good night to you.
Fushi. Good night, Fushi, since you're still here. I don't know if Chad is still here, but good night to you too, Chad. Good night, Fushi. Fushi. And not good night to you, Izzy. We're talking. We're talking. Right now. Right here, right now. See you guys next time. Probably tomorrow, but
Bye.